Hey everybody, welcome back to week 9 of whatever this is. Is it a podcast? Is it not a podcast? I don't know. What I do know is at the beginning of the year, I set a list of 10 comedy goals, and this is where we meet to discuss them. I'm back this week. I've taken a couple weeks off. I've been real busy. So let's get to it. All right. It's good to be back. I have been busy. Uh, Doing things, doing comedy, doing life. So let's see, where have I been? It's been a while. It's been since before Valentine's Day. I know that because I did a show on Valentine's Day and I haven't talked to you about it. The Comedy Zone reached out to me. They're like, "Hey, would you like to do a show for $300 on Valentine's Day?" I said, "Let me check with my wife." And so I called her and she said, "Yeah, for $300, go ahead." Yeah, we weren't going to do anything anyway. All right. Uh, I'd like to know what the number would have been. Like $50, $20, how much uh could have gotten away with? So I opened for a guy named Mr. Showtime. Very funny. Um, it was interesting because I was introduced to him. Uh, they said, "This is Wes. He'll be your feature this evening." And he looked at me like, uh, and he just sat there and thought for a minute. Like he wanted to say something, but he didn't know how. And then he says, usually the feature, I only need one thing, and that's for him to step on a green button on the stage, and then my music will play. He does, he has like a musical variety act. And so he has a bunch of pedals that changes and starts the music. And the host is supposed to say, "Hey, all he told me to do was step on this green button." And then when you step on the green button, his music starts and everything goes from there. But he looked at me and was like, "There's no way I'm stepping on that green button." And I was like, "It's fine." Uh, Nick Harvey was there as the DJ. Nick Harvey is a very funny comedian who just happened to be filling in the sound booth. But Nick's like, "I'll come out, I'll push the button, it'll be fine." And that ended up working out just fine. It was no big problem. But just the look on the guy's face when he wanted to, he's trying to figure out how to say that he needed somebody to stand on the button, and he didn't know how to do it. So that was fun. We had two shows on Valentine's Day, which it was interesting because he's he's very funny, but he's a middle-aged, uh, probably 55-year-old white guy who has a very white following, I'm sure. And at the end, he sings he sings like Journey. Um, he sings like some Bon Jovi, some other some other 80s uh power ballads, and he does imitations of the singers, which for his crowd probably goes over very well. The problem is it was Valentine's Day and it was the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville. So it wasn't people who would normally follow him. It was people who live in Jacksonville and who frequent the Comedy Zone. And I'm just gonna say it. On Valentine's Day at the Comedy Zone, it was not his crowd of middle-aged white people. It was very, very urban, uh, and it showed when he got into his music. Like the last 30 minutes, last 15 minutes of his show, when he started singing power ballads from the 80s, uh, he lost like 40% of his crowd. They all laughed. And it's funny. It was funny to me. I enjoyed watching that happen. Um, so that was Valentine's Day. That's the 14th. And then let's see, this weekend, last weekend now. Let me, let me see. Turn on the page. There we go. Um, I did Porky's Comedy Club in Kissimmee, Florida, which is just south of Daytona. Not Daytona, sorry, Orlando. And that was fun. I left here Friday at 3 o'clock, and it took me almost 5 hours to get to Orlando, which should have taken two. But I-4 uh, was a disaster, so I decided to skip that and go a little further down to Cape Canaveral and cut over. Daytona, it's Bike Week in Daytona, so traffic in Daytona was a mess. Um, so yeah, it took 5 hours to get from Jacksonville to Orlando, but I made it on time. We had a great show Friday. Um, it was good. I was working with a comic named Kevin White. Very nice. There was another guy. I forget I forget his name, but he's friends with Kevin, and he came and did a guest spot. But he is the if you've ever been to Epcot, there's a an interactive kind of show with Crush the Turtle from Finding Nemo, and Crush the Turtle comes out and he does comedy and he interacts with the crowd via like a giant TV screen. He's on a screen, but he can see the audience, and it's super funny. And every time I've seen it, I'm like, man, this would be the job for me uh, if I ever moved to Orlando to work at Disney World, which is a goal of mine. Uh, but this guy is Kevin, is Crush the Turtle. He plays Crush the Turtle at Epcot, and super nice. So he was on the show. Kevin White was on the show, and I was on the show. So we had a great show. There was probably three-quarters of the way full. And then I got everything set up to sell some t-shirts. And after the show, they couldn't have left faster. Like I didn't sell a single t-shirt. It was crazy. Sorry. A guy did come back and bought one t-shirt. So I sold one the first night. And the next night, not as many people, but the show was still great. And I pitched my merch. I'm like, hey, if you want to buy a t-shirt, help me out. Help me out with a little gas money, get me back to Jacksonville. So after the show, the lady comes up and she's like, I'd like a t-shirt. And so I said, okay, what size? And she said, what size do you think? And I said, I'm not falling for that trap. Then you tell me what size you need and I'll have it. So she held up a medium and she's like, I think I need a small. So I handed her a small t-shirt and she handed me $5 and she's like, was walking out. Like, hey, I need I need $20 for that t-shirt. You're like, I thought I thought you said I'd give you a little gas money. I was going to give you a little gas money. Like, I need I need more than $5. That ain't gonna give me gas to nowhere. No. She gave me $20. Uh and it was like, can I go now? Can I walk out with the t-shirt? Like, sure. You walk out now that you paid me for it. Uh so that was uh Friday and Saturday night. I stayed with my in-laws down in Orlando, so that was fun. Didn't cost me anything, didn't have to have a hotel or anything. They let me stay there, and I came back Sunday. Let's see what that's what I've been doing. You ask, what do I have? Oh, no, 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 wait. I do have more. more stories from the road. The Wednesday night open mic at the Comedy Zone, the Rock Bottom open mic, has come back. Wednesday was our first night back, and couldn't have gone better. It was great. There was an argument between two other comics, some drama, and that's my favorite part. I like to go to open mic to work out a little bit of material, but really, I would like an open mic that has a train wreck in it. If it's a comedian versus a heckler, uh, two people in the crowd getting into it, a heckler versus a heckler, um, comedian versus comedian. I like it all. I'm there for the drama. So this week did not disappoint. There was some spillover on Wednesday from a Monday night uh, drama. So we had a comedian Monday night who has a stage name that she goes by, and the host of the show brought her up, but he didn't use her stage name. And so she said, "Why is it that a white host doesn't use my stage name, but a black host always will?" And so the host of the show, being a white male, said, "Because your name is stupid." And he was joking, uh, but it didn't go over as a joke. Uh, and so he apologized the next day. That was Tuesday. He apologized. Wednesday, uh, they were both at the open mic, and she said something, then he said something, and then she lashed out uh, during her set, which is great. It's what I like. Uh, like I said, I'm there for the drama, so hopefully uh, that keeps up, and we can keep doing that. Let's see what else. That's everything that you've missed. Here's what's coming up. March 8th. That is right around the corner. Um, it's comedy night with me, Joey Nickel, and Bobby Parker at Crossroad Lutherans Church. They're raising money for their youth group. Uh, I don't know what they're raising money for, but it's for the kids, for the youth. That show is at 7 o'clock. You can scan the QR code unless you're watching this on your phone, and then you can't scan the QR code and watch it on your phone at the same time. So I understand the predicament there. I will put a link for tickets in the description. After that, next week, Wednesday the 12th at 7:15, we have the Best of Jack's Comedy Zone. Best of Jack's Comedy at the Comedy Zone. That is a $10 show, starts at 7:15. And I will leave a link for tickets there, or you can get them at comedyzone.com. Uh, that's easy enough. There we go. That's what I've been doing. That's what I'm gonna do. And let's talk about these goals. See what's see what's going on with these goals that I've set for myself. Three. I don't know I don't know what I'm talking about now. No. The goals. The goals are 10 paid weekends, double the followers, get accepted to 2 comedy festivals, start a podcast, get a TV credit, create a t-shirt, earn $20,000, tour, record a special, and perform a late night set. Uh, so let's see what's going on. Paid weekends, we still have 3 paid weekends. Followers, oh boy, do we have some updates there. Uh, put away the goals, show the followers. Boom! Where are the followers? There they are. So, Facebook, YouTube, 36 we started with, 45 we had last week, and now we're up to 47. Facebook, we started with 1150. We went to 1151 last week, and we're at 1152 this week. But hold the phone. Instagram. What is going on with Instagram? We started with 777. We went to 789 last week, and we are at 893 this week. We gained 100 followers. since we've talked last. How'd that happen? Well, I cheated. I'm not gonna lie, I cheated a little bit. So I've found another wheelchair comedian and another quadriplegic. Uh, um, what what are they? There's another quadriplegic girl on Instagram who's got 75,000 followers. So what did I do? I just started following people who follow her and giving them the opportunity to follow me back. So is it cheating? I don't know. It's 100 people who wouldn't have seen me otherwise. So I'm for it. And then TikTok. We went from 1912 to 1928 to 1934 this week. So we are slowly gaining new followers, which I'm for. I'm for it. I might. I don't know how to cheat at Instagram, or sorry, I don't know how to cheat at Facebook and YouTube. So those are growing the slowest because I don't know how to cheat at it. Uh, so that's the followers. Let's go back to the goals. Uh, Comedy, get accepted to festivals. I have submitted to the Chattanooga Comedy Contest, which is kind of like a 3 day contest kind of festival deal in Chattanooga. I'm waiting to hear back from that. I'm going to submit today to the North Carolina Comedy Festival, which I would like to do. I got accepted the first year to do that one. The first year they had it, I got accepted. And then, like, that's when COVID hit and they shut it down. She tried so hard to make that work. And, like, the week of, like, everything in the state shut down and she just couldn't do it. Uh, the next year, uh, I applied again. I got accepted. And then I ended up with COVID. So I couldn't go that year either. So maybe the third time's the charm. Let's hope so. Um, Start a podcast. That's what we're doing. Get a TV credit. I don't know. Not yet. If anybody knows how to get a TV credit, holler at me. Create a T-shirt. Done. Uh, T-shirts are going good. They are flying off the shelf. Um, excuse me. I need to find a way to sell them cheaper though. That's because everybody I've worked with so far has had a T-shirt with one color that you could get 100 of them for $400. So they're selling shirts for $20 and making, 16 off a shirt. But my shirts are nice. They're four colors and they cost a bunch to make. They're like $11 a piece to make. So I sell them at 25, but if somebody else is selling theirs for 20, it makes it hard for me to sell them for 25. So I need to find people with better t-shirts. I need to go work for Josh Blue, who sells a t-shirt for $40. Uh, then I'm the guy at 25. Uh, Earn 20,000 fun coupons. I'm not gonna put out the exact number on there, but I had a good month. I had a good month in February. I made $1,000 between shows and t-shirts, so I can't complain about that. The tour, I'm working on it. We I'm on my way to Nashville this month. I have 3 shows in Nashville. I'm trying to book a show in Chattanooga the day before and somewhere the day after. So that's kind of like a little mini tour. I'm excited about it. Record a special, still working on it, and perform a late night set. I have an email of a guy to talk to about it. He booked for um, the Jimmy Fallon. He books independent comics for Jimmy Fallon. So that may be the direction to go. I'm going to send him an email and I will update y'all as I know something. Let's see. That is it for the goals. Let's talk about let's talk about Steve Harvey inspirational quote of the week. Your reality is yours. Stop wasting time looking at someone else's reality when doing nothing about yours. This is something that I do. It's social media. I think it's something that we all do. Uh, I follow other comedians, and when I see that they're doing a show that I'm not, I immediately start to hate. I'm like, why? Why are they getting to do the show and I'm not? I'm like, well, they reached out to that booker. They sent the video. They put in the work to do that show, and I didn't. So uh, I need to stop stop following other comedians and what they're doing, and just work on what I'm doing. I think that's what that means. Your reality is yours. Stop wasting time looking at someone else's reality while doing nothing about yours. So usually, what I'll do is I'll see that they're booking a show, and then I'll reach out to them and go, "Hey, who books that show?" So that's that's doing something about mine. Uh, so thank you, Steve Harvey, for being such an inspiration. We appreciate it. And now, as always, we would like to thank our sponsor of the show for being such a great sponsor, McCourty's Extra Large Funeral Services. If you have a loved one who's been living large, call McCourty's Extra Large Funeral Service. All right. Thank you, McCourty's, for taking care of the biggins. All right, folks, that's all I have for this week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting me. Come out to Crossroads Lutheran Church on Friday night, or come to the Comedy Zone on Wednesday night. Let me make sure. I forgot already what day that show's on. I think it's Friday night, but I bet it's Saturday night. We'll see. Comedy 3-8. Oh, that doesn't help. Boy, did I screw up the ending to this one. Uh, hey, why don't you just come out on 3-8 and you figure out what day it is? How about that? Thank y'all so much. Talk to you later.